As highly touted a prospect as there is in mixed martial arts at present, enter the undefeated future, Machado Garry. Cardio is his best weapon. He hasn't even had to use it necessarily in realizing all of this UFC success thus far. Tremendous long-range weapons, underrated in the clinch, underrated as a grappler, but I guess for me, it's the appetite for knowledge that really jumps out of the fighter meeting. This man has traveled the world in search of different mixed martial arts skills and now training under the watchful eye of Diego Lima at Shootbox in Brazil. We'll see if Machado Garry can take his career to that requisite next level here tonight. All right, so all eyes are on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Daniel, as your former teammate makes his return to competition here tonight, a lot of us felt like this moment would not materialize. He's chasing 30-0 now.
He's chasing 30-0. I mean, he's one of the only guys to get out of this thing clean. Nobody goes undefeated unless your name is Khabib Nurmagomedov. The guy has fought the best. He is a guy that lets you know what his intentions are, and he goes out there and he works the game plan. He's going to get in your face. He's going to try to overwhelm you with his wrestling. And you look at his boy Hasbulla in the corner. Khabib Nurmagomedov's looking for a big night.
The Dagestani social media legend Hasbulla Magomedov in the corner of Khabib Nurmagomedov tonight. Khabib Nurmagomedov has graced the octagon. We are set to go for our main event of the evening. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, the future, Machado Garry. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, so here's the oncoming force at welterweight, Machado Garry, getting ready for round one. A lot of different ways that he can attack in this particular matchup. He actually told us on Thursday he feels like his grappling might rule the day, but this man is a striker at heart. As well-rounded as he may be, gotta think that his long-range weapons are gonna be a big part of the arsenal in the game plan here tonight. Nice punch from the clinch by Machado Garry.
Oh, nice counter left.
Yeah, another big moment here for your teammate Khabib Nurmagomedov, DC. Human being bared, but this guy just doesn't seem to mind. All right, so high amplitude double leg takedown there. Now we'll see what he can do with it to try to advance position on the ground.
You knew that he was going to attack the double because he's such an explosive guy. He got it on the hips, finished the shot very quickly. Fantastic job.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound. Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. Nurmagomedov's in half guard.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Nurmagomedov's right back to the full mount here. Really good job to land these strikes from top position. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Attempting an armbar here. Looks like a pretty good attempt here.
Good armbar attempt here. What he's got to do now is just be very aggressive to try to finish this fight.
Oh, that's got to be it. Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Nurmagomedov getting touched here repeatedly with these ground and pound strikes from the top. Referee's not going to bail you out. Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensive.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that fatigue is warranted.
Picture-perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect.
Do a little bit better. I need you to avoid that takedown, okay? Let's not worry about the knees. Let's not worry about the strikes.
All right, so a lot of highlights over those previous 5 minutes. DC, take us through the replay, if you would.
A lot of good action, but punching led the dance. Punching was the thing that stood out to me. That allowed him to take control of the round.
You ready? You ready?
All right, here we go with round 2. Left punch followed by a right. Nice 1-2 there by Nurmagomedov.
This is big. That's big.
Oh, with authority the body.
Oh, landed some big shots, too. Oh, nice kick.
Uppercut there blocked by Nurmagomedov. That's a nice strike there by Nurmagomedov.
You're always thinking wrestling when you fight Khabib, but you better be very wary of his stand-up. He's developing his skill every single day.
Nurmagomedov gets the double leg takedown. How good was that? Lands with the ground and pound here.
Just because he got taken down doesn't mean he ain't gonna punch. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom. This is a terrible position.
3 minutes now to go in this one. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about attempting a choke now.
He's got it in.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
All right, a good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job. This is where he wants to be.
Under a minute now to go in this one. Postures up and delivers a massive ground and pound punch to the head. Great work here from the bottom fighter. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure.
massive shot from the top.
Seconds winding down in round 2.
Oh, now he's going to find himself in a little more danger.
All right, round 3 coming up next.
Excellent job last round. Really like your ground control. This round, we want to do the exact same thing. Let's start this off with a big takedown.
All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. A lot of good work on the ground.
You knew, John, going into the fight, that if he was able to get this fight to the floor, he would have the most success, and you saw it in that exchange. He was able to get posture, land some really good ground and pound as the round came to an end.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Trying to establish that jab once again. Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. And he comes through with a big knee. Oh, lands another beautiful strike to the body, really starting to connect at will when it comes to working the body, and especially effective doing it later in this fight. Didn't see a lot of that from him in the earlier rounds.
Oh, he better start moving. He can't take too many of those uppercuts.
Oh, and now the underhook, DC.
He's got the underhook, he's got the far side post. If you're the opponent, you have got to get out of here.
Effective punch from the clinch there by Machado Garry. And immediately gets the underhook. Jockeying for position in the clinch. Both fighters here trying to get a more dominant position. Oh, nice job to land the knee there by the taller fighter. And I think I just heard Daniel Cormier say, I wish I was a little bit taller. You're a baller, then. Just over 3 minutes to go now. Nurmagomedov's in half guard. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. Nurmagomedov's back in half guard. He's very comfortable here. So we have crossed the midpoint in this one. Postures up now and lands a devastating strike to the head. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Nurmagomedov. All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage off.
Absolutely relentless when it comes to the ground and pound. Now working the body. Nice job by Nurmagomedov. Oh, setting up the left hook, but out of range. Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now.
1 minute on the clock.
Under a minute now to go.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Double leg takedown attempt here, and that is a good attempt as he gets the fight back to the mat.
It's ideal. His ideal situation just happened. He got it on the shot, didn't have to put too much effort to finish. Great job.
Khabib's in half guard.
Oh, right into mount.
Nurmagomedov's back in full mount. All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds.
All right, take a seat. Breathe for me. Let's slow that heart rate down. Breathe. Relax. Okay, listen. You're not tired. I know you've got more in you than that.
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, 4th round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of the fight?
This is when you understand that nothing is ever going to be hard. This is the hardest round in fighting. This is going to really test your will and your desire to become champion.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent.
Great timing on that double leg.
Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Machado Garry gets back up here. Nurmagomedov's bleeding from the mouth now. A cut there on his lip. That doesn't look like fun. Well, missed on that one. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Back and forth we go.
Another big kick.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, so he's setting up for submission here. Oh, he's got the Kimura locked in.
Oh, man, that was slick. Nice shots landing from the top position.
All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finish here.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded. They're so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he has given himself a chance to win this fight.
I've never been submitted.
You never have?
Nope.
Lucky guy. I have.
On that punch right there, his opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot.
All right, side control now.
Nice defense. Look at that. Recognize he was about to lose position.
20 seconds to go.
Oh, he got to his spot.
All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4, 20 minutes in the books. All right, so that round is in the books. Nurmagomedov's corner looks a little bit concerned, perhaps because of that cut on the lip that was opened up there in that round. Starting to bleed pretty good. Cutman's got his work to do now. All right, so Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Alistair Overeem, it is not. But let us look back at some of the replays from that round, because there's a cut on the lip now that he's got to deal with.
As long as I never got to see nothing like that again in my entire life, I'm okay calling fights. And this cut is not that. But it was the perfect shot that landed in the right spot that opened up that cut on the lip.
All right, so we will see if the cut man can do anything about that, and for the fighter, try to raise his guard and be more sound defensively in this next round. Timely defense there, huge block for him. Unable to land with that punch. Unable to connect with the right. Nurmagomedov gets caught by that straight punch there.
Oh, nice double leg, yes. Another big shot to the head.
All right, closed guard now. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Nurmagomedov.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him.
Nurmagomedov's in half guard now. Really anybody's fight here over the final 5 minutes. Under 3 minutes now to go in this one. Setting up a sub here.
That is tight. How in the world did he escape that submission?
Side control now.
Control the hands. Control the
Nice strike lands from the bottom fighter.
Oh, reverses the position there. Nice transition by Nurmagomedov. Nicely done. Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. All right, half guard now, not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do? Nurmagomedov's going for a choke.
Oh, that's very deep now. He got out again. Nice shot lands from the bottom.
All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got. He turned his entire body into that uppercut, and it landed exactly as he was hoping for.
Final seconds of the fight. Heavy kick late from the champ. Oh, and there's the final horn. We go to the scorecards. One of the greatest fights that we have seen all year. All right, so will it be and still or and new? As competitive a title fight as we've had in recent memory. Slight lean for me to the champion, but I could see it going either way.
And still, J.A., and still. Because in those key moments, in those big spots, the champion was the one that led the engagements. The champion was the one that led the dance. And I think that's enough to keep the belt around his waist.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. For the winner by split decision, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
All right, so judges' scorecards needed. Not often the case when Khabib Nurmagomedov competes, but he gets it done by decision and keeps that O in the loss column.
And if you want to win a decision, you want it to look